few minutes late. Sorry about that. But I'm back. I think I missed maybe a broadcast or I did it differently last week. But thank you so much for joining me. I'm excited about this topic, which is all of the excuses. So, what to do when you don't feel like it. So, thank you so much for watching, whether you're watching live or on the replay. So, just drop a comment whether you're watching live or on the replay. If you are catching me on a Facebook business page or on YouTube, you can come on over and join us in the Sweet Life group on Facebook. We are a group for helping women juggling all the things to stop the cravings, find their energy and ideal weight without counting calories, carbs, or macros. So you can come on over and join us in the Facebook group. Just search for Live the Sweet Life under groups, and we'd be excited to have you over there. So today I want to talk about a common thing that can happen. You've done your meal planning, you have your goals, you know what you want to do, and now it comes to dinner time and you really don't feel like it. You don't feel like doing it. You don't feel like eating the meal that you have planned for yourself. You just maybe even don't feel like even cooking tonight, whatever it is. Could be, you said you were going to go out for a walk and you just now you don't feel like it. So all of the things that we have that we don't feel like it. So today we are going to talk about that. So first I want you to think about a friend that you may have talked to in the past who was really they were trying to figure something out. So they came to you and they asked for your help, or you were talking about a problem and you're helping them try to find a solution, and they just have an answer for everything, like a reason why they can't do anything. So let's say that you have a friend who is saying like, I really need to work out. I really need to move more. I really, I have this goal that I want to reach. And you're talking to them and they're saying things like, so you're like, okay, well, get up early and work out in the morning. Oh, no, I'm just not a morning person. Well, what about while the kids are at school? Oh, no, well, I'm just too busy. Well, after the kids come home, sometime in the evening when you're done with work, you can certainly do it then. Oh, no, no, there's no way. The kids would never let me do that. What about after the kids go to bed? Oh, no, it's too late. Every single thing, there's no excuse. I was actually having a conversation with a friend and she was joking about this, but it kind of illustrates the point. We were talking on Facebook and she was lamenting because she didn't like the current carpet that she had. So she wanted a new carpet, but she wasn't sure that the new carpet that she was going to get would really work with the room. But I said, but most places will allow you to return it. Oh, but it's such a hassle to return the rug. I don't want to have to deal with returning the rug. And I said, well, you could not get a new carpet. You could stick with the carpet you have. Oh, but I don't like the carpet that I have now. Well, you could get rid of the carpet and just have hardwood floors. Oh, well, then you have to sweep all the time. Excuses for everything. So, have you ever been talking to that person who has an excuse for everything? So that's what we are going to talk about today. So sometimes there are things that we've committed to, making dinner instead of ordering out, making the healthy dinner we planned instead of some junk food, eating healthy breakfast instead of doing the drive-through, whatever it is. And we let our excuses get in the way. I'm too tired to do that. I don't feel like doing that. Or when you're at the restaurant and you decided in advance that you were going to have the salmon and the veggies, but you really want this other thing in the moment. You can certainly choose to do that. However, you want to also just check in and make sure that you're not just using excuses. Now, there are some times where you are with friends and you've made the decision in advance that this is what I'm going to do, and that is great. But if you've already made the decision in advance that you are going to have the salmon and the veggies, and then you get to the restaurant, and then it's easy to use excuses. What if I don't like it? What if it's not good? What if whatever? All of these different things can come into play. So here is how you can deal with those excuses that show up. And it sounds really simple, But it actually really works because a lot of times we try to argue with ourselves. We try to argue with our excuses. That's what's actually happening when we're talking with a friend who has an answer for everything, for a reason why they can't do whatever it is that they want to do. Every single thing that you mentioned to them to help solve them, they have a reason why they can't do it. Absolutely everything. So that it's just arguing with their excuses. And it's set up so that you just can't win. There's no way that you can win. This person has an answer for absolutely everything. And it's really at the end of the day, it's kind of pointless to try to argue with your excuses. So the answer is this: can you do it anyway? Ask yourself, can I do it anyway? Can I do it anyway? So let's say that it's, dinner time and you have this great dinner, healthy dinner planned, and you kind of really feel like just having something else instead. You can ask yourself, can I just have it anyway? It's a little bit late. You had a busy day. You had planned to cook, but you're tired. So it's easy to just push that off. You can ask yourself, "Can I do it anyway?" You can ask your friend. They may not they may not appreciate it, so you have to ask for their okay to do this, but you can ask them, "Can you do it anyway?" Because think about it, there are so many things that we do anyway. So if you've ever been a parent, or even if you've ever watched kids, there are a million things that you have to do that you don't want to do. I'm really tired. I don't feel like getting up at the time that you get up, dear child, to play, but we do it anyway. I have a dentist or a doctor appointment that I've committed to that I really don't feel like doing, but we do it anyway. I have to, make sure that my child has a bath. I really don't feel like doing it, but we do it anyway. There are so many things that we do anyway. And so we can ask ourselves when these excuses, the key is to be aware when these excuses come up. But when the excuses come up, you can ask yourself, can I do it anyway? And so often you will find that once you get over that initial hump of the resistance, it's so much easier. So when you're at the restaurant, if you have already decided that, yes, I am having the salmon and veggies, and that is your decision. Now, if you choose to go out with your friends and have something different, that's great. But decide in advance, choose what you're going to do in advance. And either way is fine. Because what's important here is you want to make sure that your expectations match your level of effort is going to match what your results are. So if you're not willing to put in a lot of effort, that's fine. That's okay. Don't expect the same results. So, just kind of are adjusting that. So if you've decided when you're going out to dinner that I'm going to have the salmon and veggies, when you get to the dinner, the excuses may show up. What if I don't like it? What if it's not good? What if it's not filling enough? What if I'm missing out on this other thing? What if they get something that I really want their thing instead? All of these different excuses. And you can ask yourself, can I do it anyway? And then your only job when the server comes by is to say the words, I'll have salmon and veggies. And most of the time, you'll find that when you're having it, it's actually really pretty good, and it is really pretty filling, and you enjoy your friends, and you enjoy being out with the night. Also, here's the other thing. There are times when, you go to the restaurant and there may be some other dish that's calling your name. You don't always know if it's still gonna be as good. And then sometimes things change. So, ask yourself, can I do it anyway? Because there are a million things that we already do anyway, but we try to argue with our excuses, and we are sitting in the restaurant having this back and forth with our excuses instead of just, getting the process started. So at night, when you're tired and you need to start the dinner, can I do it anyway? And you just get started. And so often it's so much easier. We've all had this experience with walking with a friend, going to the gym. We really don't feel like it. The weather's not great. It's cold out. I don't want to go work out. I want to stay in bed. But we do it anyway because a friend is there waiting for us, or for whatever reason that we did it. And then we found out later that that actually felt great. So the trick with the excuses is to hear the excuse. You can listen to the excuse. It's okay, but you don't necessarily have to do what it says. So hear the excuse, honor it, hear it. I hear you. Just like your kids could come to you and say, Mom, I really need $1,000 to go have a shopping spree. You could listen to your kids. You could laugh at them when they make that request. You can listen to your kids and say, "Oh, that's nice, but no, we're not doing that." So you can listen to the excuse and then still do it anyway. So that's one of the ways that you can kind of get around the excuse because at some point you'll hit the wall of resistance. And the question is, will you do it anyway? Because there are so many things that we do it anyway. And once we get over the hump, it gets a lot easier. So hopefully that's helpful to you. And let me know if there are things that you did anyway and how did that turn out for you? All right. I will be seeing you around in the group. Thank you so much for watching.